Trump bought even more Bitcoin today, and also the US inflation data will be released later today. And of course, Bitcoin is still getting squeezed up here in this major lower high structure and higher low structure at the same time. So in today's update video, I will be exactly discuss what I think is going to be happening next for Bitcoin. I'm going to be talking about all my targets, all my charts, and of course, I'm going to be doing a deep dive in some very important fractals we are currently creating. So without any further ado, guys, today's update video will be once again packed with information you really want to be knowing about. So don't forget to once again slap all that like button back above 1,000 likes. It will be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in towards today's update video. So first of all, later today we're going to get some big volatility probably on the market, since we're going to get the US inflation data once again here. And of course, like we do know, the US inflation data is very much correlated with of course the interest rates on the market. So if the US inflation drops quite heavily, that would ultimately be something very bullish for the entire market. And since we're seeing that the consensus is that of course the core inflation is going to be dropping ever so slightly, that could potentially mean that we are going to see a pump a little bit later today whenever the data is going to be revealed. But of course, it really matters on what the actual data is going to be, not necessarily on what is expected. So if we're looking at the imminent short term, we did saw the breakout of the falling wedge pattern. This falling wedge pattern is currently getting retested. And at the same time, of course, first of all, we were breaking outside of the symmetrical triangle. But ultimately, what we're still looking at is that Bitcoin is still creating lower highs. You can see here, lower high after lower high after lower high. And on the lower side as well, we're creating a higher low, another higher low, and here's well a higher low. So Bitcoin is still creating higher lows and lower highs at the same time. And that basically means that the price action is currently getting squeezed up here. And as long as the price action is going to get squeezed up here, we have not seen a clear direction on where we're going to be moving towards next year. But whenever we do see the next breakout, so the breakout will basically mean a break above the previous high, a break above the previous low. That will mark, of course, basically the next direction for Bitcoin. I mean, what we're currently looking at is this previous low right here, this high right here. Really, if we're going to be breaking above that high right there, we're probably going to see a bigger continuation up towards the upside. And of course, if we break the low right here, I do think we're just going to be seeing a bigger continuation towards the lower side here. So that is my clear opinion about Bitcoin right now here. I mean, on the daily time frame, we are creating a major downward sloping support line where we basically bounce from every single time here. But this is just basics of trading and basics of how you can basically see the next trend really emerge in the market. But this is just my forecast, what I think is going to be happening next year if we do see a certain move on Bitcoin. And if I'm going to be looking at the liquidity, there's a lot of liquidity above us, but also below us. So Bitcoin could really go still both directions, to be very honest. I mean, this lower side liquidity has just recently been building up here. I mean, we've about $200 million worth of Bitcoin long positions that will be getting liquidated around 94,000 US dollars. So I wouldn't be surprised that we are seeing a slight little move towards the downside before pushing up to squeeze out that top side liquidity, right? So a move down to 94, 93,000 US dollars wouldn't really surprise me all too much here. So make sure to be on the lookout that still could be happening, since a lot of liquidity has been building up over there here. And if we're going to compare Bitcoin exactly towards 2021, 4 years ago, we created a very similar consolidation phase here. And honestly, it looks quite interesting what we're currently creating. But you have to understand that the consolidation phase where we're currently in is already taking quite a while right now here. But this is just a very normal thing to see here. And let's say we go down to 92,000 US dollars. It wouldn't matter all too much on the bigger perspective of it all, because we're still consolidating after having this insane rally from, what is it, 50,000 US dollars all the way up towards 110,000 US dollars. So that is just a very normal move which we saw here. And honestly, I won't be surprised that this consolidation phase will still take a little bit longer, and we need somewhat of a catalyst for this to really explode towards the upside. And guys, if you right now want to be trading Bitcoin or any other altcoins, the best way to do so is definitely on the Blofin exchange here. And if you right now sign up an account using the highest link description of today's video, you can currently claim an insane 100,000 US dollar deposit bonus. So if you're interested in trading Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, or anything else, guys, make sure to check it out on Blofin in the link description of today's video. Further on, I quickly want to be discussing the flows on the spot Bitcoin ETF. We saw about $56 million of outflows, with BlackRock buying about 23 million US dollars. So once again, another negative day on the spot Bitcoin ETF here. I mean, last few weeks have not been necessarily so extremely strong here on the ETF here, but that is also a little bit reflected by the prices which we are currently seeing. They're stagnating. There are no big catalysts in the market right now here. And all we're seeing is just consolidation, some exchange from people that are willing to get rid of their Bitcoin. And at a certain point, the sell pressure will be over. And then, of course, we're going to be running higher. So very, very excited for what is about to be happening next year. Honestly, I talked about it on Ethereum as well yesterday. But Ethereum really looks like it is going to be popping anytime soon here. And with Donald Trump once again buying even more MOVE and even more Ethereum, guys, I don't know what to say here, but how could you be bearish if the president of the United States is literally accumulating altcoins and Ethereum? So I am very excited for what is happening right here, but we can see that on the bigger perspective, Ethereum is gearing up for a major move here. This is the 2-month time frame. I mean, he's accumulating a lot here, so maybe he has some information that we still don't know about, but really this shows some signs that likely Ethereum could be in for some crazy moves in the market. So that really excites me quite a lot here. And honestly as well, if I'm currently looking at the entire market on Ethereum, we are actually in quite a low position, and it really does give you some opportunities to accumulate some cheaper tokens. And like you can see here on the left side, back during COVID, guys, we also saw Ethereum crash extremely hard here. But of course, just look at the recovery we got here. So this is the tariff crash. It's a different one. Still, the market has not really rewarded us yet here, but yeah, the market will only reward you if you go through the tough phases in the market. You have to sit through them. So if you're also looking at this chart, others divided by Bitcoin, honestly, it looks very exciting, to be very honest. You can see exactly 36 months after the previous high, we find the bottom for the altcoin market, and that is exactly where we're currently sitting. 36 months after the low, that is exactly where we're sitting. So I'm quite excited for what is about to be happening next year. Honestly, if altcoins are going to be popping, I will be definitely ready here. So this is it once again for me on today's update video. It was definitely a little bit of a shorter video, but there's not a lot of stuff happening on the Bitcoin price recently. So yeah, guys, if you did enjoy it, don't forget to once again snap on that like button, subscribe to the channel, and see you guys back again tomorrow on another update video. Peace out. Goodbye.